Hello, I'm deathsarrow, and welcome to episode 3 of What I'm Thinking, the guest replays. The replay that we'll be looking at in this episode is from Major defeat in his M18 Hellcat from May 28, 2012 on Mines. A few notes from Major regarding the Hellcat. The Hellcat is a great sniper with great mobility. It has a good camo value. His Hellcat has a 100% camo trained crew, a camo net, and binocs. He runs it with high-octane gas, the credit version, for a little extra boost. The driver is trained in clutch braking to improve hull rotation speed, a necessity because the turret rotation is rather slow. The gunner has the snapshot skill. The commander has recon training, and the radio operator has situational awareness, both of which give it a view range bonus. The loader has the repair skill. Reviewing tank composition for this battle reveals the following. This is a Tier 8 battle with a single Tier 8 per side. The enemy's team has a Tier 7, while Major's team has none. Major's team has more Tier 6s. Each team has a single arty unit and a scout. Based on hardware, I give Major's team the advantage, as the T-28 will be very effective against the enemy's lineup, while being fairly immune to return fire from the front. I don't recognize anyone in this battle. Major has spawned at the southern base.
Let's get this show on the road.
Major has deployed to a position overlooking the island. In this position, he can support both the island and the hill. This is a good TD spot on this side of the map with arty cover behind the rocks if he needs it. Looking at the mini-map, the enemy team has not covered town at all, and the friendly scout has pushed through, but is likely scouting based on the route he's taking. The enemy is pushing the island and the middle right now. Major and the KV-1 put fire on the attackers. Major's position is a bit ineffective here, as the enemy has hard cover between themselves and Major. This location is more effective when the enemy makes a push on the island or the hill, and the enemy has done neither so far. Major's team is melting a bit here, as they've lost 7 tanks, including 2 of their Tier 6s. The enemy is pushing the hill now, as Major's team has lost 10 tanks. Things don't look so good at the moment. Major is firing on the hill push, scoring multiple hits.
We've hit them hard.
Major moves to a better overwatch position as the enemy is pushing through town now.
Penetration.
An enemy Panzer III-4 is capping. Major plays it smart here, going after the enemies on the hill, which would have been able to get flank shots at him if he moved to take out the capper. Now that the enemies on the hill have been pushed back, Major moves to reset cap and he takes out the Panzer III-4.
Enemy vehicle knocked down.
An invisible enemy starts capping. Major plays it cautious. Then lights him up and knocks him down.
They're knocked out.
Major's team has been wiped out. It's down to himself and their T-28 against 7 enemies. Things look very bad right now.
We're losing power.
Major takes an engine hit from the enemy's Panther II. He uses his repair kit as the Hellcat's strength is its mobility. The T-28 is facing down 2 KV-1s and a 3000P, which is an advantage to the T-28 unless the enemies can flank him. Major spots and knocks down the Panther II.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Major moves over behind the T-28. A Stug comes around the corner and he knocks him down.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
The T-28 is still holding out and hasn't taken any damage.
Looks like that one went right through.
Major trades places with the T-28. One thing he could have done here is flank behind the enemies, but the T-28 is in little danger. Major knocks down the KV-1 to complete the comeback and win the match. Looking at the victory screen, Major made 5 kills, earned 1,116 experience, and hit 12 of 15 shots. Between Major and the T-28, they had 12 of the team's 15 kills. Overall, while the team essentially melted down, and it appeared this match would be a loss, Major and the T-28 showed considerable patience. While the T-28 is essentially invulnerable to the enemy from the front, he would have been in trouble without Major covering his back. Major also played the cap defense very intelligently, as he worked over the enemies on the hill before he went to reset cap. Had he moved to stop cap without clearing the hill, he would have been vulnerable to flank shots. This match is a great example of how surviving till the later stages of the match will give you the opportunity to affect the outcome. Thank you for watching this episode of What I'm Thinking, the guest replays. Stay tuned for another episode soon. If you'd like to submit a replay for the series, please send it to deathsarrow@yahoo.com.